Hey, what is up, you guys? This is Rob, and today we will be reviewing the frequency intelligence exhaust for the 2020 and up Toyota Supra. This is a stainless steel offering from 𝗣𝗨, and it's actually a very high quality system. It does retail for a little around $3,000 and another $800 if you want the additional remote add-on. We'll talk about that later. So what makes this system different from the other systems? For one, it has two valves on it, so each piping has a valve. Factory, you only have one valve, and that is on the right side. This one has an extra 𝗣𝗨 valve, so you're using both your one factory valve motor and the 𝗣𝗨 motor. This makes the ride super quiet, basically stock-like when you're driving. But when both valves are open in, for example, sport mode, this thing sounds really good. So let's go ahead and let's get going. It's as quiet as stock. So let's go ahead. Let's get on our journey. Let's go ahead and talk about the exhaust. So as I did say earlier, it is a stainless steel exhaust, and it does have a higher price tag than some of the other ones. However, this is a premium product. It sounds really good. I actually do have a decibel test. So while I'm getting out of here, let's go ahead and let's cut to the decibel test. Alright, you guys, so right now we're just driving on the street, and I did want to reiterate, this system is silent. So it should be noted that I am using the stock catalytic converter, so no downpipe. So this is purely just the exhaust, no added extras. I don't even have an intake on this car. So let's get back to the sound. Yep, silent. It's as if I don't even have an exhaust on here in comfort mode, and I absolutely love it. You can drive it, the cops won't look at you. You won't have to worry about waking up your neighborhood or whatever in the morning, and everything is good. That dual valve technology really helps, seal the deal. And if you're wondering, no drone in comfort mode, just cruising it and no drone at all. So right now we're just heading to the freeway. So after we get there, I'll be able to hear exactly how it is on the freeway. All right, you guys, so we're now on the freeway. I am cruising a steady 65 and 8th gear below 2 RPMs. There's zero drone in comfort mode. This is crazy. It's stock, guys. It's basically sounding like stock, and I love it. Some might say it's even a little bit quieter than stock when you're just cruising it, which really isn't an issue. So remember, guys, also that this also means that it'll probably really help subdue your car's sound if you throw on a downpipe, especially a catless one. Then you don't have to worry as much, right, about getting the attention that you don't want to get. So here in comfort mode, just cruising it. Here, let's see. I'll accelerate a little bit. I mean, yeah, you hear a bit of sound, pretty much like the stock exhaust, but no more, which is fine. So now we're going to go ahead and put it into sport mode, and let's see if we get any drone. I'll put it into higher gears. Sport mode is engaged. I can hear it a little bit more in the cabin. It's also worth noting the Supras come with superb sound dampening. Here, let me upshift it. Okay, I am in 8th gear, little below 2 RPM, once again, going around 65. It's good. No drone, guys. This system is excellent. And it sounds really good, too, as you heard in the decibel test when I was revving it up. It sounds amazing. I get so many compliments on it and the way it sounds. So now, let's go ahead and let's accelerate a little bit with it. So let's see. All right, acceleration test. 3, 2, 1. It sounds really good on the inside. It's not even like obnoxious or anything on the outside. It sounds great. I mean, this is definitely a system that I do recommend if you really want something that is nice and quiet, but can also get loud when you want to get loud. So here, we'll do one more. One more pull. See that? I'm getting into high RPMs and everything, almost redlining it. Nothing. This thing sounds amazing. On the inside, it has a nice crisp, sort of exotic tone. So it should be mentioned that FI, their main thing are exotics. So they know how to fine tune the pipes and everything to get that perfect harmonic resonance out of it. That sounds just absolutely glorious. And I've heard this sound, or this exhaust, I'm sorry, with a catless downpipe, and it sounds so clean. Like, you get that whole that turbo spool down sound and everything. So I feel like if you're really looking for an exhaust and you want to, how should I say, and you want to kind of start somewhere and then build up on it, I think this is an excellent starting point. Because while yes, the price point is a little bit high, like I said earlier, it is around $3,000. You know, you will also be able to add on a downpipe and not even affect the noise too much and keep everything, you know, relatively tame when you want it to be. And when you hit sport mode, it's going to be amazing. So I did mention earlier that there is an $800 you know, remote add-on. So here's the thing. I actually have it. I just haven't installed it. So let's say you don't want just sports mode to be basically how you control it. You can get, it's this Bluetooth box, right? It connects to the exhaust. Basically what you'll do is one wire will connect from the box to the valves. One wire will connect from the box to your OBD port. And one wire will connect from your box to your fuse. That's the one to power it. And what you'll be able to do is, using that box, you'll be able to control the valves with a remote or via Bluetooth app on your phone. I didn't see much of a need for this because I already have the sport and comfort button right here, right? I already can switch it with the factory button. But you might want a little bit more control, or who knows, maybe you're gonna have some tune that's gonna take out comfort in sport mode, so then you will want that external, you know, button to let you just kind of control it all on your own. Or maybe you want to be able to turn on the car with the valves open. It should be noted that with the Supra, the valves won't open until it's warmed up a bit. So you can't turn it on cold and have the valves open and be really loud with the cold start and the valves open. You know, it's one or the other. Or what you can also do with that control box I mentioned is you can set it, because remember how I said it also connects to your OBD port. You can set it to, for example, when the car hits 4K RPMs, open the valves. So keep it quiet when you're just driving around town, and then when you want to, you know, unleash and floor it, that's when you can just have the valves open up, which is also a pretty cool option as well. Personally, I like having the valves open when I'm just cruising through at like 1 or 2 RPMs. I love hearing the pops, because, you know, this exhaust does make the pops a bit louder. So that's why I'm probably not going to hook it up. But it is also an excellent option for you guys if you were looking for that extra bit of control, you know, over the factory controls. Because I will admit that a lot of people were a bit disappointed with the factory options. You know, they were hoping to have a little bit more valve control, you know, versus, you know, that's what we have right now. So yeah, you know, it's an excellent option for you guys. From the outside, the exhaust sounds really good. We're going to go ahead and play a couple clips of me just kind of doing some flybys with it. I'm going to only be doing these flybys in sport mode. As I said earlier, comfort mode is pretty much stock, so this way you can really hear how it sounds. You know, in sport mode, aka, you know, when you really want it to sound fun, right? So let's go ahead and let's play that. The actual construction of the pipes, they look gorgeous. You know, they look really nice. They actually are all numbered too, which is pretty cool. You know, there were 2 or 3 plaques underneath. There's one on the muffler. There's a picture of it. And as you can see, this is number 87, which is really cool to me because my first car was a 1987 Supra. And that numbered plaque is also on some other parts of the piping, so it's kind of funny. So it's kind of to make sure that you can have all matching numbers. I know, right? First you're matching your car's parts and you're making sure everything's matching numbers, and you're making sure the exhaust is all matching numbers. And then the downpipe also has a number too if you want to get the FI downpipe. But yeah, the construction was good. You know, the install was fine. Here's a picture of how it looks from underneath. The tips, they look really nice. So I actually have, it's actually the, I don't like saying the cheapest option, but it's the standard tips. So they're chrome, they fill it out really nicely. I really don't have an issue of how they look at all. But there are a couple other options like a titanium blue, carbon fiber, you know, a couple other nicer ones. I was fine though with the silver. I kind of like the way the silver looks in the back, the contrast it has of everything. That's why I opted not for black tips or carbon fiber. I feel like that bit of shine kind of ties the back up really nicely, especially when I finally have the spoiler on there. So yeah, you know, overall for the FI exhaust, I would definitely say recommend it. It is a great buy. You know, I can definitely recommend a few shops to buy it from. So if you do want some recommendations, feel free to hit me up. You know, you have my Instagram. I put it at the beginning. I'll just put my Instagram tag right now. Also, if you want to ask me any other questions about the exhaust, you know, please feel free to reach out to me. And yeah, guys, with that, this is Rob, and have a good one.